Welcome to the show both feared and revered by man and beast, the Helios blog. Today we find out, can men and women really actually be friends? Or is it just the girl that thinks so?
The reason she's alone is because she's difficult.
Women are not accepting the bare minimum.
Women fuck men they respect.
All the women who say things like, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, like, y'all impress me.
Women just gaslight each other and say what they want to hear.
He does.
Oh, we'll
maybe
see.
he's not
But
watching.
he's not watching.
Hi. But
Should we
if he
test it
knows,
Yeah, test it out.
He might know though.
yeah, if he knows that you're coming on, here,
No, it's the blue
All right, we'll
one.
do it. We're gonna do this test.
The blue iPhone with my dog on the screen. Yep, that one.
This is a great idea.
But let me ask you. So while Nick is getting the phone and while we get this text sent out, here I'll pass this down there. So what's the text before you send it? What's precisely the message that we're having her send out?
She has to make it sound like her.
What was it, Nick?
Have you ever thought about being more than just friends?
That's good. I think that's good.
That's chill.
Yeah, just keep it
Have
simple.
you ever thought about being more than just friends?
I feel like if you guys, once you get a relationship going though, or he gets a girlfriend, things are gonna change. The dynamic will change. So right now I may feel like it's possible to be friends, but because I had the same situation, I had two guys that I grew up with all the way.
Again, girls use guys, these are called beta orbiters, right? Like, she thinks that they're just friends, and actually what's happening is she's using it for time, attention, resources, affection, whatever, and he's just waiting in the wings, you know? He's the sniper. He's going for one girl at a time, and he's playing the long game, waiting 10 years to get his target. And every time she's single for 2 seconds, he tries to go for her, and she rejects him immediately because she's never seen him as an option. And then he keeps going. He's pining over this. Guys, if she's not interested within a week, she'll never be interested.
For like 16 years, but then now they're both married, and it's naturally there's that separation, there's that respect that happens. But up until they were for real dating, like, yeah, we were super close, and it was like, oh, we're gonna be friends forever. But that just doesn't really happen in like a marriage. I personally believe.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just been 16 years.
No, it doesn't happen in a marriage because the girl knows exactly what the girl is doing, and the wife, and she stops it. Because she knows you're using him for time, attention, affection, and resources. She knows it. That's why she stops it.
You would think within those 16 years something would have happened. Something.
No.
But I feel like you guys aren't in a committed relationship.
We're best friends. I talked to him.
But you're not in a marriage, or he's.
Are you in a committed? You're not in committed in relationship with anyone.
No, but I've been in 2 relationships, and he was there for me when those didn't work out. Like, it was never anything like that.
No,
he's attracted to white girls. He likes white girls and Asians. I'm neither.
Oh.
So.
Wait, you're.
I know this is.
I'm black. I know. It's crazy.
Shit, what the fuck? Okay.
What? But see, I understand you because I have a
He says that, but
had a best friend who we were really close for 8 years. He got a girlfriend. His girlfriend wasn't but so, like, I'm not the type of friend who I'm gonna insert myself in his relationship. Like, I'm the type of friend, like, I already know, like, hey, if I'm the girlfriend, I wouldn't like if my boyfriend is hanging out with her, so I would never put my friend in that. So we actually distance ourselves. He knows he can text me for anything, but as of now, I know that she's his best friend. Like, I would never be like, oh.
Yeah, except again, it's the same crap. You're using him for time, attention, affection, and resources like a boyfriend, except he doesn't get what boyfriends get, which is bedroom fun. So you're using him. And you think that it's fine, but it's not fine. You're a user.
Well, I'm still his best friend. Because at the end of the day, you're with someone that's your best
friend. So I got a question, though. Let's say you meet the top G. You meet a top G.
Oh, Jesus.
A top G.
Andrew?
Yeah, sure.
Andrew Taylor good.
A top G.
These aren't real top Gs.
You meet the top G. You're like, this is the one. This is the guy I want to marry. I want to have kids.
I'm dropping everyone.
Are we talking about you?
I'm not even talking to you.
I'm talking to me.
I'm talking to her. So you do have this male best friend. You guys have been friends for 16 years. If the right man steps to you, let's say, do you have a celebrity crush? Michael B. Jordan?
No.
Michael B. Jordan?
Who's like
I used to, okay, I'll just say The Rock.
The Rock.
Okay.
Okay. The Rock steps to you.
I don't like his mentality, but yeah, The Rock.
Wait, you don't like The Rock's mentality?
Yeah,
Wait, what?
If
he kept his mouth.
What about Bumsfeld? Wait, what's his name? The bodybuilder?
Who's that?
What's his name? Bumsfeld.
No.
Bumstead. Chris Bumstead. You know the you don't know the bodybuilder? Okay, so
someone you just really are down for.
So The Rock?
Yeah, just because of physically, he looks like The Rock. That's my type.
The Rock is your...
Have you seen his pictures, like, back in the day? With his turtleneck and his tucked in shirt?
Yeah. Yes.
And his fanny pack?
That's funny. Wait, so okay, your celebrity crush steps to you.
For some reason, they've all seen it.
And you've been dating... He just wants you to not be friends with this guy anymore. Do you do the friend breakup, or do you...
Yeah, Corey's not going anywhere.
So your dream guy, he's perfect in every way, except that he doesn't want you to have a male best friend.
That wouldn't make any sense, because he could talk to him, he could FaceTime him, he's gonna know who Corey is. When I've been in relationships, whenever I had arguments with my man, Corey had nothing to do with that. I didn't go bitch to Corey about it. He didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Come to me and say, "Oh, you should break up with him." He never interfered in the relationship ever.
Dude's been SIMPing for 14 years.
But it's
saying,
not
like, in this scenario.
It's not
place.
what your male friend is doing. Let's assume your male friend is everything's above board. There's absolutely no, at least on your part, there's no concerns there. He's not acted in a way that would give your potential mate any concern whatsoever. But it still is his desire for you to not have this male friend. Do you pick the male friend?
Like
or
ever
do you pick
in
the
my
man?
life? Like ever again?
Yeah, sure. Including your male friend of 16 years that you do have.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not giving up that friendship. Because he knows.
No, that's a lie. She knows that a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, and so she's not admitting the real truth, which is that when the going gets tough, the tough get going, as it were. She won't admit the truth.
Things about me that like we've experienced a lot together. Nothing sexual. We were never close like that. We don't sleep in the same bed. Nothing like that. It's never been like that. It's literally just been a bro relationship. I'm 30. We've been together. Not together. We've been friends since we were 14.
I think that's. I think that relationship
30,
is worth keeping.
Yeah,
it's called a ride or die.
Told me, don't ever get rid of a friend like that because he's a really good friend. Like,
could you see him?
Yeah, the girls advise you to never lose a beta orbiter like that. Never, because it's so much free attention, resources, time, attention, all that. Why would you ever give that up? That's like the golden goose.
A different light.
Ew, no.
And especially because you guys have that. What is there to be jealous about?
No,
just because he has a penis?
No, he's not my type. I'm not his type. It would just never happen.
I think it would more just naturally
beautiful
fizzle out if you really are all in with your husband. He will become your best
with
friend.
your girlfriend,
And then,
fizzle
there's
out?
only
That
so much
doesn't
time
make
and energy that you have anyways. It's like you're gonna have kids. You're gonna have a home. It's like naturally things are just gonna.
My attention's gonna go to them, not to Corey. That sounds dumb.
Yeah.
Like if my man had a girl that was a friend to him, and they've never done anything sexual, I would not care.
Right, but what if the guy that you're interested in, your dream guy, he does care, and he's not listening to your justifications or your rationale or your reasoning. For him, it's just an outright deal breaker. Your dream guy steps to you. Everything that you want in looks, personality, his success, his income, whatever. Let's go to the extreme. He's a billionaire, massive peen.
Oh my God, that's a myth. That's a myth.
Massive peen.
Yeah, that's
fine.
a myth.
Okay.
Bodybuilder.
Whatever.
I can never boyfriend a rich guy. Rich people have too many damn problems.
What if he doesn't have problems?
He's just your dream
What if
guy.
he's like
He's just your dream guy.
Dream guy. He steps to you.
He's my dream guy. He's not going to tell me you need to drop that friend.
He's your dream. Okay, but hold on. He's your dream guy in every single way, but one.
Yeah.
Then he's not the dream guy.
Have that friend.
But no one's perfect.
Right.
Just
so
for this scenario though, just shits and.
If you guys want me to lie and say I drop him, I wouldn't.
Right, exactly. That's her
You're not my other guy.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm trying to think of a scenario.
And that's the problem of society is thinking that we need to settle for stupid shit like that.
What? No. This is like raw. Like the biggest womanist on the entire panel is the pastor. Do you guys notice that?
Instead of stepping it up and say, that's just not my guy. That's not actually my dream guy. Like my dream guy will come in and he will be totally fine.
Understand. If you literally met Corey, you would, and you see our dynamic, you would see that it's literally
doesn't matter.
Let's FaceTime him. Let's ask him.
Did you want to check to see if he's responded?
Oh, you texted him?
Oh, yeah, she texted him.
Oh, he answered?
What did he say?
He said, God, no. Fuck off, lesbian. Weird ass. Why would you even ask that?
I feel like he's watching, and he's like, let me make sure. I don't look like a sim.
Different than if he was your brother. Biologically, what are you just gonna drop your brother? It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe he's watching the show.
I know, like literally, that's how we talk to each other. I call him a bitch all the time. You know, men don't like being called bitch.
Is he gay?
They are brother and sister by water, or whatever you want to say.
I would not accept that.
My mom calls him her white son. Like it's just not. It's a white guy. He's not a big buff black dude with dreads, sexy. It's not like that.
Is he cute?
He's a skinny white boy.
Would that make a difference, Nick? Is if the guy was if you didn't feel any competitive, like you can fuck her better, you look better, you make better money, she likes you better, would you still feel that same like hell no, you can't hang out with that little twerpy guy that you're not even into?
Doesn't matter if he's twerpy.
You know what? What if they were adopted brother and sister?
Doesn't matter if he. Okay, well, how far do we extend this, right? So okay. Well, you should trust your girl. That you should let her go to a singles club, and all clubs are singles clubs, and let her get drunk and let her dance.
Let her? You own her?
That's
Are you her
what
fucking parent?
It happened to me.
Do in a manner of speaking, yes.
If I'm being honest with you, I don't go out to clubs anyways. Like you're gonna get to know the woman that I am. I don't go to clubs.
I'm not talking about. I'm speaking in generalities here. So
and let her.
But how far do you take? How far do you take your? How far do you take that?
And yet you got big tattoos and so on.
I'm a grown ass woman. Nobody owns me. I don't get permission. They either want to be with me and they're down for it, or they're not. That's not my fucking problem.
Okay, so if I'm in a so hold on, just to be clear, you're a grown ass woman, and you're in a monogamous relationship, and at some point in the relationship, you determine, I want to go fuck somebody else, and your boyfriend says, no, I'm not letting you do that.
It wouldn't go that way. I would bring it to my partner and I would say, this is a desire that I have.
Oh, well, that's an instant breakup.
I'm having this fantasy, just like he could come to me and say, there's this girl at the gym that's super hot.
He couldn't do that.
What do you think?
I think confessing temptation can be healthy, but that's why you have other people to confess
I understand, but let me just interject. Sometimes it's just a matter of needing to have the safety to be honest with the person and say, I'm having this desire. Let's talk it through. Why am I having this? Is there a need that's not getting met?
That's a separate conversation.
But at the end of the day, if I truly wanted to go and sleep with somebody else, this or that, it's never a permission thing. It's
but what I'm trying to, you have the agency to go out and do whatever you want.
But if I love you...
Hold on, let me finish. What I'm trying to articulate here is that the relationship is over. Okay, it's not going to be a controlling thing, but I'm letting you know that if you're...
Lol Paladins donated $200. You need to let her ask another D, otherwise you're controlling and abusive. Send these 304s back to the streets.
Well put, Lol Paladin. So, look, I am going to be upfront about my expectations and standards and preferences.
So we probably
can you stop interrupting? Stop.
Wait, did you just say
if a girl is inclined...
So we probably wouldn't end up in a relationship? Yeah, right. So you're only okay with a relationship where you're ruling the roost, where you're doing what you want, and he has no agency.
For example, go out to nightclubs. Hey, if you want to go do that, you have the power to go do it. Our relationship is over. If you want to, obviously, I wouldn't even consider, like a girl couldn't even step to me and be like, I want to be with another dude.
So that's
it's
the thing.
over.
What you need
there
to
is no conversation.
But what you need to understand
you need to learn how to let people finish their sentence.
You're right. I'm sorry.
Fully finish their sentence, because it's very complicated when there's multiple people talking. Only one person can be heard at a time. Go ahead.
I was just saying that we, like a person like you and I, if we have those differences in philosophies or whatever you want to say, relationship orientation.
Yeah, the difference in philosophy is you want to be in control and in power, and if the guys are doing exactly what you want, when you want, how you want, you don't want to be in a relationship. So you don't know how to be submissive.
That's what I call it. We would never end up in an exclusive relationship with each other. We're just not compatible, and that's fine. I would only be with the compatible men who operate the same way, right? So in a sense, it works perfectly because they're the same way. We all have the expectation. We have the same understanding, and that's it. If we hit a road where we're not compatible, we just part ways. Easy peasy.
Now, Andrew, I've heard you had interesting conversations that's perhaps somewhat related to the whole friend dynamic here, related to submission. Andrew, I'd like to perhaps hear you have a bit of a back and forth with her when it comes. Do you consider yourself submissive? Like, would you be?
Yeah,
would you be submissive to a man?
100%. I want a man to lead.
Also,
go ahead, Andrew.
So let me kind of give you my perspective here, and you can tell me what you think. But if you're in a committed relationship, or a woman expects you to be in a committed relationship, wouldn't it be a great sign of respect from somebody who claims that they're submissive to remove from the category any male friends that they may have? As men often say, it's not that I don't trust you, I don't trust them. The truth is both, though, right? The truth is that they're looking for respect from their woman, and they know that, as the old saying goes, right, a shoulder to cry on becomes a...
Well, no. What it really is if a police officer's driving behind you, eventually he's going to find a busted taillight, right?
You can finish it, right? A shoulder to cry on becomes a what?
I don't know, but I can imagine.
I have no idea. I've never even heard that.
Becomes a D to ride on, right? A shoulder to cry on becomes a D to ride on.
I've never heard
That's the old adage, right? Is that, and it's true. So if you guys will humor me for just a second, isn't it true that when you're in a vulnerable state, all of you probably on this panel have had male friends who've probably tried to exploit that so that they could have sex with you?
Yes.
Am I wrong?
No.
A male friend, no.
Yes.
Or a male period.
Well, a male, yeah, in general, yeah.
Yeah, right. So I mean, so men, especially when we're going through high school, middle school, things like that, we see all sorts of pathetic fuckers who do this type of shit, right? They're like, she just broke up with such and such. Oh, that's terrible, sweetheart. I'm so sorry that happened to you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. All of you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's kind of my line on this is, don't you think that it's really respectful if you want a committed relationship? If he says, look,
you don't even give the guy the opportunity for that.
I'm the focus then.
Yeah.
If I'm your man, I'm the focus, and that's that.
And he needs to deserve that, right?
Hang on. Let her finish. You've had a lot of speaking time. No disrespect to you, but let us have this exchange if you don't mind. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I agree with you because I've been in 2 relationships, and in both relationships, they were the main focus. It wasn't Corey. Every time I wanted to go out and hang out with people, it was literally with my man. I was with my man 24/7. Sure. And for me personally, I'm not sexually attracted to Corey. He's not sexually attracted to me. It has never been like that. We've even had this conversation before. I said, have you ever looked at me like that? He's like, ew, no. I was like, okay, good, thank God. Because that would have been weird for our relationship.
That's called beta torture, by the way.
If he ever told
me.
Sure.
Well, I mean, we're just going to assume it's all true, or we'll assume he's your gay friend, or whatever. Regardless of all of that.
Yeah.
If your man says to you, listen, as a sign of respect to me, I want all men cut out of your life. Okay? I want them out of your life, and I need to be the focus of your life.
Yeah, and if she doesn't agree, my relationship's done.
Isn't that true submission?
No, because, okay, if I'm being honest, okay, I would just say my mother and my dad, they've been together for over 30 years, and her best friend is a man. And I asked my dad, have you ever had a problem with their friendship? And my dad told me no. He said, why would I have a problem with that? I like Julian. Like there is,
and the thing is that perhaps inside of that dynamic, this was able to work, but the truth is that
99% of the time
the chances of fidelity or infidelity significantly decrease if you don't put yourself in a position to commit infidelity, right? So, in other words, if you're a man, and you have a job where you're at a strip club or something like this, or you're around tons of promiscuous women, I would say that your chances of infidelity would increase no matter how high your virtue is, because you could just have a moment of weakness, right? You could just fuck up, have a terrible moment of weakness, ruin everything for yourself due to that. And so usually what I see people in successful relationships do is move themselves away from anything that could cause any sort of potential problem for them, because we're only human, right? So if a man were to ask you, like, look, I understand that this guy is an old friend of yours, I get it, right? And I'm not even saying that you would do anything, but as a sign of respect to me, if you truly are submissive and you want me, then it needs to just be me. Doesn't that seem reasonable?
It's definitely reasonable.
Can you meet all the woman's needs?
No.
I understand what you're
let us assume for a moment that you can't. Let us assume that you have some failures, that you're not perfect, because nobody is, including you.
Yeah.
Why is it that it's an unreasonable thing to request that if you want to be with me for the rest of your life, I don't ever want to have to worry about you? And you know what? You know how I can always be assured that I never have to worry about you? Because I know that I'm the person you're focusing on.
That sounds
and I know
lazy.
that because you show me this huge respect by focusing on no other men but me.
Indeed.
So I don't even have sex at all because I don't like being touched unless I'm in a relationship. So there would be no worry about me stepping out. There's no point.
Yeah. Again, every girl on the planet says this. Every girl says that. Exactly what this girl just said. Every girl says it. Oh, I don't do it unless I'm in a relationship. Oh, I don't this, I don't that. Talk a big game. Then the reality of the situation comes in. And the reality of the situation is, that's not true at all. That only applies if the guy is not attractive to you. And so all this disingenuous garbage about, like, oh, I don't do that, no bedroom fun before marriage, everything's fine, you don't have to worry about me, all of that crap, it's just that. It's crap. It's a lie. And it's a lie that's used for the purpose of gain. And what gain is it? Well, the gain is the girl gets to take you for a ride. Oh, yeah, I'm a good girl. And then, oh, he's just a friend. It was just a moment of weakness. I'm not like that. I actually love you. La, la, la. And then you get cheated on. Like, that's how it goes. 99% of the time.
Point me stepping out for what? What's the reason? So for him to think or assume I could possibly step out with Corey, that's dumb. We would have done something within the last 16 years. Nothing has ever happened.
I'm not even disputing any of this.
No,
Like, you know you far better than I do.
No, I see exactly what you're saying.
You know you far better than me. I'm not even disputing any of that. What I'm saying is, I think what you're doing is you're internalizing from your perspective what I'm saying. Externalize instead and look at it from the man's perspective. From his perspective, not your perspective. You could be correct about all of this. In fact, he could even be wrong. But part of submission is that even if he could be wrong, you follow him anyway. Because the truth is that when you're submitted, he gets almost everything right. And if he's wrong about a couple things, and that's what it takes for you to be in that kind of relationship, isn't that worth it?
Can I say something?
Hang on, let her finish. Hang on, we're almost done. We're almost done with the exchange.
I can't end a 16-year friendship with someone that has been in my life. I just can't do it.
Doesn't matter.
If that's the only flaw that...
So that means that you can't be a good girl. That's the takeaway. The takeaway is you are incapable of being the kind of girl that a man needs, right? You're incapable of being that girl because you don't understand that this is what a man needs. You don't get it.
That you can find in me, then I think I'm doing a pretty damn good job at being a good woman. If that's the only thing.
And listen, I'm not, again, I don't even need to really dispute that, so that I understand though, but think of it from the man's perspective.
Yes.
What he's saying is that you're picking him over your man. No. That's how I know you don't think so. Externalize.
I know, I'm totally,
think of it from their perspective.
Yeah,
he's going to think that shit.
Okay.
He's going to think, she's not willing to give me the respect that I'm asking for in this committed relationship and put me first, why would he waste his time?
He would be put first because he's going to be the one putting babies in me.
Come on,
but you know, I'm going to explain
he's going to be
from the assurance standpoint.
Yeah.
The way that he knows that the babies are his is that you're not around other men.
Literally.
That's the
Evolution,
old. So think about it this way: before we had paternity tests, which are new, right? They're new to this century. Before we had paternity tests, the best way to assure that your offspring was yours is that your woman was exclusive to you. That's the only way you could know. So it's kind of built into men that if your woman's around a lot of other men, they could be unsure. And
yeah, we have a discussed response to girls that do that.
so yeah, that of course that would cause an insecurity, that's probably a good insecurity to cause, right?
So me being in the fitness industry and being around a lot of guys that work out, are you
bad.
telling me that he's going to say nope, you can't go to any fitness events?
No, I don't think so. I don't think that if it was in a professional setting that you're working around men or something like this. I think that most men are reasonable when it comes to such a setting.
Oh, no.
But I think that if you're out hanging out with other men exclusively, doing things with them, maybe you and your friend like to go to movies, or maybe you like to go to his house and hang out, or maybe you like to go do A, B, or C, that I think that it's reasonable for them to see it as a sign of disrespect. Yeah.
I agree.
Well, we'd have to have that conversation because
that would be very bad, and probably the reason why she's never had a good relationship, even though she's, attractive and in her 30s. That's probably why her relationships are failing, because she doesn't understand the fundamental that you can't be doing that stuff. She doesn't get it, and because she doesn't get it, things are going bad for her. All right, let's end the video there. Hit the like, hit the sub, hit all the notifications, drop me a donation. Like Hunter M, Adrian R, Tom M, Bobby, Dylan, Renaissance Press, Andrew, and Alan. Shout outs to you, most recent purchaser of Strategist Guide to Seduction. Thank you. Go buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. My early access content is on Patreon. That's patreon.com/theheliosblog. If you'd like me to coach you, great, I'll give you good advice. Just go on my email, it's theheliosblog@gmail.com, and I'll slot you right in. Thank you so much for listening, guys, especially if you listen to the end. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time.